Hey Warriors, welcome back to more Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. We just finished up the Golem quest and we need to take it back to the university, right? No, we need to take it back to Shim, it says. Not Shim. Bring the Shim back to Mendel. Okay, there we go. The Shim was the thing we got out of the Golem. So this should be Mendel.
The demon is no more.
The golem was no demon.
It was, and we have sent it straight to hell.
The golem was animated by the life force, and his spirit now returns to Abraham's bosom.
What? Blaspheming sorcerer? This monster of clay has no soul.
I am no sorcerer. I am a Kabbalist, and all life is from God. Every man, animal, and creature, even this golem, even vampires such as thee.
Liar! Thou dost toy with my sanity! One such as I cannot be redeemed. I am an outcast from heaven.
Not so. All life comes from one place, and to that place it must return.
Why should God make such creatures?
To vex mankind. They're all part of the kingdom of God, sent to test our faith, as the devil did test the simple faith of Job. How hast thy faith endured, Crusader?
Not well, for God hath abandoned my soul.
The question is not whether God hath abandoned thee, selfish boy. It's whether thou wilt abandon God and become a beast.
I shall consider thy words.
Nay, there is no magic in the Shem. 'Tis merely letters. Letters which connect the golem to the true source of power.
Nonetheless, the Cappadocians would be grateful to get such a thing. It would help them build golems for their own protection.
The Shem is thine, with my blessings to do with as thou pleaseth.
Okay, looks like we got a level up. So, I mean, the story and dialogue is really good in this game. That's pretty much, I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I'm hanging on at this point. Like one of those people in the circus just hanging from their teeth, swinging around the giant tent. I don't know why I came up with that analogy. That makes no sense. Yeah, I'm hanging on here. The combat is pretty bad so far, but I'm sticking with it for the story. So yeah, in that conversation we learned that God is the ultimate sadist. Let's see here. Potence is maxed out for Kristoff. And I was gonna go with... what was it? Stamina next? Right? I still don't have that many points earned. I don't know why this popped up. So, yeah, I don't think either one of them... No. I guess it just occasionally pops up. But they're really not ready for it yet, so let's just return back to Garanol. Okay. Oh, did we not give the Shem to Mendel? We just talked to him. Let's see here. So I guess that's completed. Okay, so anytime it has an icon here, it means it's completed. Alright. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so Petron Hill Cemetery. I think that's out here to the right. I think so. So yeah, now we have even more hope for our redemption. He was saying that God created everything, even evil things. So, yeah. Just to confuse us. Just to confuse us. And test our faith. Some people say that that's why God invented science. And fossils. Some people, man. Some people. Okay, now I hope he's outside, close to the entrance here. Because I really don't feel like walking all the way.
Hail,
back.
Garanal of Clan Cappadocian, master of the art of death.
God, he's
Hail
huge.
to thee, servant of the wise Ekaterina of Clan Bruja. Be most welcome. And hail to thee, good Christoph, who vanquished the fiend in the mines. I make no claim of vengeance against thee for the destruction of my haven. Instead, I offer my thanks to thee and to thy clan for bringing to light the treachery of my venomous child Mercurio.
I present this to thee as a gift from Ekaterina the Wise, sire of the Bruja.
Ah, yes. This should be of some use indeed, to protect us from the disorder of these times. Tell your mistress I am grateful, and owe the noble Bruja a boon.
We shall.
I only wish this gem had not been purchased at so dear a price. I mourn the bloodshed in the Jewish quarter by the wicked Mercurio, and do reproach myself for his misdeeds. The good rabbi now journeys into the land of the dead, where hides all knowledge, and I am to blame. Prithee tell Ekaterina that I wish to serve her Promethean task, and strive with her to bind up our uncertain future. In partial payment of the boon I owe, I offer thee my prized child, Serena. She will aid thee in thy efforts.
I pray that my service will be of value to thee.
Ooh, hello. A new party member. Let's see what her specialty is. Maybe she's a caster type. We need to go back to the Haven. Okay. We have to rest up, really? Okay. Alright. Now let's check her out here. Let's see. Well, she's Cappadocian, so I'm guessing she's maybe a necromancer of some kind. Let's see here. 40 wits. Yeah, and intelligence. So she does look like a caster. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Mortis. Shambling hordes. Nice. Nice. Do I get a description? Awakens targeted dead to your aid. And Vigor Mortis. Takes control of a targeted dead creature. I was hoping Shambling Hordes would summon like a group of zombies, not, turn an undead in the environment to your side. That's disappointing. So it's basically, is it like a charm spell for the undead? Am I seeing that right? I don't know. Maybe people you've killed while their corpse is still on the ground before it disappears, because they do disappear. You can resurrect it, maybe? I'm not sure how that works. Heightened senses. What is this? Okay. Increases vampire senses. Okay. Have to look to the manual for that. Perceives the aura and statistics of a targeted creature. I read about that in the manual. I'm curious how that works. Like, what kind of stats is it going to give me? Is it going to tell me if they're weak to fire? Or types of weapons? I don't know. That could be, like, really important strategically. And, speaking of strategy, I figured out how to pause, and, it's the pause button. I know. If you already knew that and were trying to think of a polite way to tell me, it's understandable. I forgive you for not just being tempted to say, "Hey, jackass, it's the pause button." So, thanks for letting me figure that out on my own. I appreciate that. Because I would have felt like an idiot if somebody had told me. I'm just so used to it being the space bar in games. And I think I read that, yeah, originally it wasn't even in the game. Originally there was no pause feature, and no save feature either outside of the Coven. Like, you had to go back and rest like we're doing now to save. So, I mean, this was a pretty hardcore game. Pretty hardcore. I mean, you must have... To enjoy this game, you must have had to have had lightning-fast reflexes, you know, and micromanagement skills, because I can't keep up with it. I have to do everything before combat. Doing anything mid-combat, forget about it, you know? Forget about it! Let's see here. That was like the worst mob guy accent. Forget about it. That's better.
I
There.
understand thy sorrow, Kristoff. When Garanal embraced me, I was forced to leave behind all I loved in the mortal world. The loss of it still weighs upon my heart and drags me to despair. I offer thee any comfort I may give in thy grief.
I thank thee, but I do not surrender my hope of reunion with Ineska, even though I am beyond all hope.
Then thy Inezca is fortunate indeed, though such barren hope might breed only more sorrow.
Okay, let's rest up here. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Camera's a bit awkward sometimes, but you can manage it. Okay, let's see here. Why'd they want me to come back and rest? So you're gonna be like a weird, trippy dream cutscene? I don't know. Okay. Okay. What? So I got more experience on the way here, or not? Yeah, I must have, because now I can put more points into various things here. We do have the Protean skill tree, but I still think I want to... I don't know if I mentioned this before, my intentions for Kristoff. I wanted him to be the charismatic leader type guy. And go into presence skills here, which, you know, follow that train of thought. So yeah, that's what I want to do eventually. But first, let's get a good base going here to build off of. And, wait a minute. I was working on potence, and I believe the next thing I wanted to do was blood stamina. So we can get started there. So there's nothing else? This is the only skill in this tree, I guess. Yeah, we can get headed in that direction, but it doesn't look like, Oh, you can scroll down! How have I never noticed those arrow keys? Oh, well, that's the only one with arrow keys. Awaken. Awaken would be a good skill to have. It would save money on Scrolls of Awaken. Yeah, sure would. Let's see here, Potence. I wanted to max out Potence. Of course, he doesn't have enough for that yet. Let's go with Feral Claws then. No, doesn't have enough for that either. I guess I could work on these stats, but I don't know. And she's only got 50, and can't do anything with her, so... Okay, here we go, yeah. Weird, trippy dream sequence time.
No!
Uh-oh.
I am not
Oh,
surprised
no.
the little nun is missing. She is reckless.
Dost thou know of her?
No.
Yes, we shall lie to thee no longer. Anezka came hither in search of thee. The gift of sight blazed in her eyes, revealing unto her that we are childer of Cain. And yet she had no fear of us.
Where is she?
We told her thou wert not among us, and she left.
What?
She insisted on leaving this letter for thee, as if she somehow knew we had lied to her. I give it thee.
Dearest Kristoff, I have not seen thee since the night thou fled the convent, and I fear thou hast been swallowed by the creatures that rule the night. But dread shall not rule my heart. I am resolved to renounce my holy orders and walk the face of the earth until I unite with thee. And if thou turneth thy face from me, I shall search for such panacea as will restore thy soul and bring the rose to thy fair cheek again. Thou hast captured my heart, and I can do naught but seek thee and make us both whole. Though our cause be lost, yet shall we both be found. Thy immortal love, Anezka.
Okay. So she has ran away thinking we're no longer here. Yeah. She's just searching for us.
Why didst thou not tell me?
Whelp, thou must leave her world behind.
Thou hast doomed her. I could have persuaded her to stay in the safety of the convent.
Nay, thou canst not control such as she. There was a mania that shone in her eye, a kind of madness. And yet her mind was sharp, as if her delirium had strengthened her mind rather than sapped it.
Oh, no.
In another time, I would have been moved to take such a one as my child.
Nay, her soul must remain pure. We must find her and save her from the fiends. We must redeem her before my curse dooms her, as in my dream.
The nun was not the only one missing. Many have been taken, mortal and vampire alike. We go in search of our bourgeois allies, but will rescue as many of the others as we can, including thy mortal nun.
Therefore we are resolved to entreat Prince Rudolph Brandel for assistance, even though he is of Clan Ventru. To make amends for withholding this letter from thee, we go tonight. Come.
We know of these disappearances. Little happens in Prague without our knowledge.
How now? Hast thou discovered the culprit?
We can direct thee aright, should we feel so moved.
I cannot imagine such a thing as can move thy lordship.
We desire a reliquary containing the arm of St. George, which lieth in the antechamber of the Cathedral of St. Vitus. Alas, a ring of hallowed ground outside the cathedral doth repel Cainites. The sanctified ground extends not into the cathedral, but we cannot cross the outer gates.
Then how may we cross the sanctified ring to enter the cathedral?
We tire of thee. Pray, do not return until thou hast the arm.
Very well. We go.
That's true. Yeah, he is being an asshole. I agree with Kristoff.
Nay, to withhold such knowledge is wicked. We seek to save many. Has the prince no pity, no humanity, that he only bestows his knowledge for a price?
I warn thee, stripling. We have staked fledglings for 100 years as punishment for little else than speaking in our presence. We allowed thy mistress to make thee, and we can unmake thee with a word.
Pray forgive him. Kristoff knows not.
Silence. Because yon child Kristoff did show bravery in the silver mines, and may yet be useful to us, he shall yet retain his freedom, but only if he henceforth silences his impertinent Bruja tongue.
Okay, well, we don't like this guy very much. Let's see, gotta get a reliquary or reliquary. Yeah. So he knows where our woman is, and the Bruja leader, Katarina, actually hinted that in her madness, no, she just outright said it. She said that in her madness, her mind got sharper. And Kristoff had a dream that he was sucking her blood. Yeah, it's not looking good for her. Definitely not. They're implying that she's going to turn into a Malkavian. So, yeah. Interesting. This is turning into a soap opera. The story is really good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Thank goodness it's here, because, I mean, the combat can't really, keep me interested in the game. But, yeah, definitely like a soap opera. But, I think I'm going to end it off there. The timer is probably just about up. And I feel like that's a good stopping point. So, yeah, as always, thanks for watching, Warriors, and I'll see you next time for more Days of Our Vampire. Later, guys.